Hello, welcome back, traders. Welcome to our weekly Forex forecast. And today I am going to show you where the price is going to, where to look out for, the areas you need to look out for going in next week, and how to react with price. And yeah, as you all know, I come with a very educative and instrumental analysis showing you how I trade and how I determine my daily bias. And now it is time for us to determine a weekly bias. So I am going to start begins like this. But first, before I begin, I would like to urge you guys to subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and if this is your first time stumbling on this channel, then you have stumbled into the greatest opportunity you will ever need to to know how to determine daily bias. And also, by just subscribing to this channel, you get to know the daily bias for the following assets: DXY, Euro, GBP, and Bitcoin. And when you know the direction of Bitcoin, then you can know the direction of other currencies, right? Related to the Ethereum, the BNB, and all of that, and Sol, and all of that. Now, let's dive into what we have for here, what we have here. Then I will urge you to stay to the last of this episode, because I'm gonna be talking about Bitcoin. And yeah, you're going to need a lot. There's a lot of interesting things happening in Bitcoin, and we need to look at some macro perspective regarding the whole scenario of the Bitcoin market, since we are in Q4 of 2025. Well, let's dive into the market. Now, this what you're looking at is the DXY dollar index weekly contract. Now, each of these candles represent a weekly review or the weekly contract for DXY. And the first thing you need to know from here is the fact that this this week that just ended bearish, which is very good for the beginning of the month. If the month is going to be bullish, we need to see the first week becoming bearish, right? It's just look at this month. This is the fourth, the weeks. Look at the bullish month, but it started with a bearish day. Just do your analysis and you get to come up with ideas like this. Now, this particular bearish candle will form the basis for our insider bar candle. Now, it is an insider bar candle because we have the previous week high low here and the previous week high all remain untapped. Now we are going into next week, and we want to know what are we expecting from the market next week. Where am I looking at price to go, and how am I looking at price to rally towards that level? Now we we have previous week low here, which is my internal range liquidity plus turtle soup. Now I put turtle soup because I want to see price sweep it and close above and continue to go higher. Now we need to also look at the fundamentals surrounding this market. Now, and there's a lot of news that's supposed to come out next week, but it is tentative, meaning that it might not come out because of the shutdown in the US, right? The shutdown. And if you observe last week Friday, which is this Friday that just ended, they did not release any NFP news due to this shutdown, and which might also affect price in the sense that price might continue to range and will not leave this range or the current range that we are in. But in the anticipation that price might leave the range, how do we expect price to leave the range, and where do we anticipate for price to leave to, and how far do we expect price to go? Now, I want to say that I favor bullish price for DXY next week. That is, I want to see the next week candle end up a bullish candle, meaning that on DXY, I want to see price takes previous week low, right? Takes previous week low, then rally higher and seek for previous week high. Now, how far or how low can the price go? That is it. This is where we need to anticipate for. Now I already told you guys that we should anticipate for the previous week to be swept, which is the low of the previous week to be swept. Now in anticipation for the previous week sweeping, or the market sweeping the previous week low, now we need to find the PDRA between this low and this our weekly, monthly, weekly candle consequent encroachment. We need to find the low between that area now, or the PDRA between this blue line and this current week low. We need to find the PDRA within that level that supports our price going higher. A reminder again, click the subscription button, comment what do you think. Let me know what you think about price, where you think price is going to go, and I am going to be very interested to reply to your message or to your comment, sharing my own ideas to you. Now this is a daily time frame, right? On a daily time frame, I already showed you guys previously that we have a daily inversion fair value gap. As you all know, I don't normally paint my chart like that. I had rather use line on it, because if you look at most of my charts, all you see is a line and all. So this blue line indicates our daily inversion fair value gap, and we see that price reach for the inversion fair value gap, leave it again, and continue to go higher. But we close, and also price close above this candle, this order block, meaning that all this drop in price is just a liquidity sweep, and the body of the candle tells us the narrative. Now because even the weekly end as insider day candle, and the Friday also end as insider bar candle, which is very good reasons why I want to see price come below this previous week low, also retest on this daily inversion fair value gap. And I will show you guys some smaller time frame, um some lower time frame, yet some lower time frame. By the time we zoom in, I'm going to show you some lower time frame key levels that price might react from when price go down here. So you need to stick and continue to get these vital informations. This we go to the 4 hour. Now on the 4 hour time frame, this is the time frame where you're going to see where price is likely to reach and return back up, meaning that if price react and price come down all the way to this level, we have a 4 hour fair value gap plus an order block, right? A 4 hour fair value gap plus an order block, which very vital, which is in a vital area, meaning that these key levels are also in what, in a daily range discount price, right? It's in a discount price. And what do we know? We buy from discount and sell at supply, sorry, at premium. We sell from premium to discount. Now since we have this area in a deep discount, which also greatly supports the idea that market is going to go. And another thing, I'm going to tell you why you need to subscribe to this channel, what we do for you, and how we support this analysis, and how we support your trading journey, is the fact that this analysis helps you to determine your daily bias, and also help you to understand how I read the market, right? Because I told you why I want to see this area goes, I want to see price go to this level, I want to see this price go to this level, and it also tells you why I want to see price go to that level. So now on the 4 hour time frame, we have seen the discount PDRA. We want to see DXY go down too, and the next thing we need to see is how do we think price is going to go all the way down. Now I also tells my people, or tells you guys, on every trade, that whenever we have a 4 hourly swing high very close to the current trading price, there is high likely price is going to sweep it before we come lower, meaning that this is a swing high, price is likely sweep it, then return and start going lower. We don't know if it's going to actually happen like this. This is a probability, but it has a base behind it. Now this is how you're supposed to trade as a trader. You're supposed to have a basis for why you want to see price do something, and why you think price is going to do something. If you have a baseline behind your trade, then you will possibly, very likely to have a winning trade, right? So I'm going to end the XY on this level, and if you want to know deeper on the hourly time frame to 15 minutes time frame, then you need to join our channel where we share this trade setup every day. So the link to the Telegram is on the video description below. I'm just new on YouTube, and I'm trying to, build up this trading account. So by the way you can support is by subscribing and follow, subscribe, comment, and also to help me build, and also to help yourself in the first place, because I already know what I'm doing, but you are just, you need this. All right, and I also need you. So let's support each other and let's be mutual, right? So let's go to Euro US dollar, and as you all know, I'm going to start from the monthly perspective. Now, this is the monthly perspective for my Euro US dollar. Now, what am I looking for on the monthly time frame? Sorry, on the weekly time frame. Now we see that this week closed as an up close candle and also an insider bar candle, meaning that the week failed to take previous week high and previous week low, just like we see on DXY. Now that we have set this baseline on the market, we need to also think where we're likely to see price going into. Now, I want us to have in mind that why I'm still bearish on euro and bullish on the dollar is that I'm still following the monthly and the Q3 institutional order flow, right? That is where price is actually going on a higher time frame perspective. Are we going to change? Yes, there are times we are going to change and the market will reverse, right? So we don't know that yet, right? But there are certain scenarios, statistics I'm going to show you on this video as we continue to go, which is going to, make you understand where prices, when you should accept price to change and continue to go higher or lower depending on the institutional order flow and what the market is presenting based on the statistical data we are deriving using these candlesticks. So now now I'm going to try to upload these videos on my Facebook, on my TikTok, which is gonna be my first video on my TikTok. And if you're watching this on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, then you can do yourself a favor by finding me on YouTube at AlBashir FX, and yes, you're gonna find my account and you're going to be able to, follow up, build yourself, subscribe, and continue to receive this premium trading setup every day. So let's go to the lower time frame. Now, with this arrow, which I just used to represent where I think price is going to go. Now, why do I favor these levels? Is that this current month, October, is about to begin properly. This last month, it shares days, 3 days with October, and October only have 2 days with this last month. So because of that, October is about to begin, and there's something about I'm not going to teach everything, right? This is just to help you determine bias, but one thing I do know is that for every new month there is always a new week high that is going to be taken for the month to deliver to the directional bias. That means the high or the low will be in opposite direction. Now the institutional order flow is bearish, right? And we are looking for a bullish, all right, a high to be swept as turtle soup for the market to go lower. This thing that is happening on the monthly also happening on daily, right? So let's jump to the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, we also have our euro daily inversion fair value gap, and can you see how many times price has reacted, come lower, react, come lower, react, and close below. Now on euro US dollar, we see that the market actually closed above previous day. That is, we actually see a sweep of previous day high. Very good, which is also one of the major narrative why we can see price sweep this high, right? It is trying to rain over here, and yes, so just manage with me. And we've seen why why price is going all the way to the top. Now because of that, we need to look at this level, what PDRA is in this level that can support our price going lower. Now I've already told you on a higher time frame where I'm expecting price to go. I want to see price rally higher, sweep this liquidity, use a smaller time frame PDRA, that is an order block, fair value gap, whatever it is, or your point of interest, then use it to come lower. And this is our target, right? If price wants to, especially if price want to leave this range, this is a ranging market, right? If price want to leave this range, even if price doesn't want to leave this range, price will go higher, come back lower again, go higher, come lower, sweep low, and continue to be on the range. Now, but what are we expecting? That is just what I'm telling you, and you can work with it as well, and you can see how beautiful the price is. Now look at how this week delivered on a 4-hour time frame perspective. We have this area. If you watch our monthly market review, I told you guys why I'm interested in this area. Now we see how price reacted of that area and come lower, and also respect this our smaller fair value, which is our 4-hour fair value gap here. Now look at price, that means price has been between this high and this low, and also these swing points that come lower also react on a 4-hourly fair value gap here. Now we see how price keep respecting this level, and I want to call another level for you guys to see. We have another inversion fair value gap here, which is one of the major criteria why I want to see price come all the way this side. Now if we come all the way this side, the PDRA that I'm looking out for is on a lower time frame on 1 hour. So now I want to see price. I don't want to put this on my chart. I will take it because of the video. I'm adding it on my chart. I want to see price rally all the way to this level, sweep all this liquidity that's been lying out above, and start coming lower. If the market is continue to leave this range, is willing to leave the range. But if we are not willing to leave the range, I am still going to be sharing you daily updates. This is why you need to subscribe to this channel, right? So now on a 1 hour time frame, this is the PDRA I want to see price react on, right? This is the PDRA, the lower time frame PDRA on euro that I want to see price. This is a bearish order block, and I want to see price rally higher, sweep this level, use this area, and return lower massively, fast and massively. So that is it for the euro US dollar. Let's go to the GBP. Right. So we start from the weekly time frame, and on GBP we almost have similar price action with euro US dollar. Now this current week also is an insider week candle that failed to sweep previous week high and previous week low. And also if you look, we price keep respecting this order block, this weekly order block. We have a weekly order block here that price is actually respecting, and we didn't go above it, and we continue to close below, which also is supporting the idea that the higher time frame institutional order flow is still in play. Now because of that, we're going to look at, we already know that we are expecting lower prices, but we want to see price rally higher, sweep this previous week high before we continue to go lower, right? That's what we are expecting. Now if we want to use that to do our narrative, then what liquidity exactly do we expect price to seek for? Now on a daily time frame, speak it all on GBP. The daily time frame speak it all on GBP, because we have a daily order block that has not been mitigated. That is, price has not reached that level yet, and price has keep rallying within that area. Now we want to see price rally higher, use this bearish order block and rally lower after sweeping this liquidity. Can we do that? Maybe yes, especially if price doesn't want to form a smart money divergence. You see, euro US dollar creates higher high, while this one creates lower low, meaning that this is an SMT, which can also occur on GBP, especially with euro or with the dollar index. Now we might see a correlation in price, and GBP will not take this high before going lower, except we have taken euro high, right? So This is basically what I want you to look out for when you open your chart going in next week. Think about what liquidity is price going to sweep before going lower, right? If we are anticipating for a buy, what lower time frame liquidity can price sweep before going higher? Now you want to learn about structure and ICT and CRT together. Yeah, I've been a structural trader for so long. Then I met ICT in 2022. Then I found out that his concept helped me to determine long time buyers. Now I was good with it, and yes, I'm making money with it. Then I find something that's more simpler, and yes, so by joining these things together, I become an elite and I'm doing well with it. I'm not just somebody that we say don't learn something new, right? There is always something new in this market, but find something that you are profitable with and also exploit new things. So this is what I'm anticipating for on the GBPUSD, for price to seek this high, then use it to come lower. Similarly with the Euro US dollar, but except price is not willing to leave this range, right? Before we continue to see price, that is if the US continue to leave all our news on tentative, that is they are not releasing news, and price is going to be very um liquidity driven. That is going to be taking people's stops if you are not careful. So it is also very important that you should be careful going in next week. Sorry, I'm not living in one kind big mansion that if rain is falling you will not hear. So I'm living in my normal home, right? So sorry if this is affecting the audio. I'll try to reduce the background noise before I upload. So now we've seen that price. We see this is our SMT divergence that I'm talking about. The euro also form higher high, but the GBP form lower low. So now because of this relative equal low equal highs, why I'm expecting price to reach for those level and sweep this high before going lower. So this is what you should look out for next week going in on GBP market. Now the almighty Bitcoin, right? Now I had like to start on the weekly, but I think it's very unfortunate that we have to go on a monthly. Now what do we see on a monthly? Before now, I've been telling you guys that the weekly or the monthly perspective for price is bearish for the Bitcoin. Now the whole scenario is changing, right? The whole scenario is changing, especially when the dollar is performing badly. Because we all know that when the dollar is performing badly, there will be liquidity removed from the dollar and deposit into cryptocurrencies, because people are looking for safe haven, especially the gold. Reason why gold keep plumbing higher, right? Some people say I should talk about gold. Maybe I'll be doing gold video very soon, or we add gold to this daily analysis, right? So now we've seen that price continue to go higher. That means the next obvious target is this particular candle high, which is the Friday August 2025 monthly candle, August candle high. We've taken the low and price is going for the high. Now let's go on a lower time frame to see if we are going to get any liquidity sweep that will support our price continue going higher. Now there is something I used to tell you guys, right? That if price is going, we have a close above that. If we have a close above candle, it indicates higher prices. We don't only have a close above candle, we also have it closing above this swing high. That is indicating power in the Bitcoin market. Now I don't want you guys to overthink this thing, right? I want you guys to see. Now we are going to use a Fibonacci to measure this candle. Now there are levels price can react off of from. We are going to open and we might see a little the on the weekly time frame the price will only reach to the 25% level, then go higher, or the 50% level. Now if we are going to reach the 50% level, that means we are going to reach this our market structure shift, and also is an order block, right? So that means we are going to react off of that area and going higher. Now I want to as anticipate right? Doesn't mean that we are going to see a fair value gap, but I'm anticipating for a bullish fair value gap. If actually Bitcoin is very, very bullish, I'm anticipating for a fair value gap on a weekly perspective for the market to continue going higher, just like something like this, that we have a fair value gap here. So that is what I'm anticipating for. But on a daily time frame, we need to see which candles. Now this is where it gets more interesting. We can see that we have a smaller time frame fair value gap around this level, right? So if price is likely to go lower, then we are likely to see this fair value gap reach into. So that is to say that this our area, if we did not reach here, but the weekly time frame, the whole weekly candle, we measure the 25% and it's around this level, so which indicates that price might actually open, right, trade, use the Friday candle low and use this other block to, sorry, this fair value gap to go higher. Now we can expect this, or you can expect price to come lower. Sorry, we can expect price to go higher, sweep that high, then come lower and change the state of delivery, right? But which has more higher probability of occurring? This has more higher probability of occurring. We might also reach for this inversion fear, sorry, for this our market social shift. I want you to know that. And on a daily time frame, we have a bullish order block here in relation to this order block, right? And yeah, we have this order block here. So there are so many PDRA that support higher prices on a Bitcoin, so which indicates that the Bitcoin is going to continue going higher, right? So all you need to do is, we're going to look for a lower time frame liquidity sweep, but we already have it on a daily time frame. The daily already provide us with a turtle soup. Now I use our fair value gap high for a bullish scenario as our turtle soup. And now let's go on a lower time frame. Yes, we can see now why we can accept or anticipate for price to reach all the way down to this level. And because there will be a dumb money that wants to put their trade here. Now for what did I told you, that if we are going to expect continuous bullish price, we need to anticipate for a lower time frame swing low, right, that is against the directional bias, and we are going to expect the market to start to soup it, which is sweep the liquidity and go higher. So after this start to soup, we also have a bullish order block here. So these areas is what you should look out for next going in on Bitcoin next week. And I hope this video gives you value, and I hope you understand everything I've just explained on this video. I've tried to make it short as much as I can. And yes, do make sure you subscribe, like, share, and see you on Monday on our daily forex forecast. Thank you and God bless you.